to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. Jason calls like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stacks. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Yeah, here we go. Hello, happy Monday. Welcome to the KVJ Show. Good morning, Virginia.
Good morning.
Bird said he's got a fever this morning.
I know. What's going on there?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he got the weekend flu.
Got that late round of COVID?
I don't know. I saw the numbers are ticking up a little bit.
I know.
So
Everybody's saying, oh, look at the overseas numbers. That's an indication of what's going to happen to us. I'm like, what? It's coming back?
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought COVID was over.
Well, I know.
Damn
Just-
it.
Just when you think it's over. Yeah, I don't know. I know the numbers had ticked up overseas. They were slightly optimistic because they hadn't here yet. They thought that they would based on how the time frame was going, but they're nudging up a little bit. So, yeah. Whatever the variant is now, I don't even know. We're going on like dashes and dots and BA.2. I'm like, so when we get to this point, I have no idea what the heck is going on with it. But hopefully the hospitalizations and the severe illnesses stay down. So we'll see. And who knows what he has? He's
True.
going to be doing he's going to be doing a little COVID test just to see where he is there and try to break that fever.
There's still other stuff.
Oh yeah, big time.
It's not all COVID.
Yeah. There's plenty of things that can give you a fever. So we'll see. So Bird is probably going to be laying low today, though he's trying his best to get into game shape to come in. But probably not going to see him today. So we'll see how it goes. Everything else go well this weekend for you, Virginia?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so puffy today because I had crawfish all weekend and they were salty and good.
Oh, yeah.
I woke up and looked in the mirror this morning. I'm like, boom. I look like a marshmallow face.
Just all puffed up.
Oh, I'm so puffy.
It looks like fun. I saw the photos.
Oh, I had so much crawfish. It was so nice.
So you were just so happy, huh?
I had crawfish on crawfish on crawfish, and I didn't have to do any of the cooking.
Okay.
That's the best crawfish.
Okay.
So on Friday, Panda's boss, who's also from New Orleans, decided to throw a big crawfish boil at their work.
Oh, wow.
Shut down the office at like 3 o'clock. All the employees came downstairs. They were drinking beer, eating crawfish.
How cool is that?
So I kind of like snuck in and pretended to be an employee, partook of the craw.
Okay. You got right in there, huh?
Of course, he told me, when you come, bring some to-go containers. So I did, and then I've been eating crawfish all weekend long.
Oh, man.
So
Bird is
good.
so jealous, I'm sure. Yeah.
My breath is horrific.
Okay, good. Okay. You can smell that all day. You had a good weekend, Denny's?
We did the Weird and Whatever on Friday. Jammed out a little bit. Yeah, I could tell Bird was starting to feel it at the beginning of the weekend. So
Really?
So you wonder if it's something that got him over it kind of cemented in on a Saturday.
Ooh, okay. All right.
But have you guys noticed? I went to dinner with my wife, who's a teacher, and a bunch of her teacher friends. And I noticed this with some of our coworkers too. People have been going to the doctor because they've been having sick symptoms.
Yeah.
But the doctor says it's allergies.
Huh.
Weird, right?
Okay.
I've probably talked to about 12 people that have fallen into this category now. I'm wondering if there's a new variant because they all got tested for COVID.
Okay.
They all got tested for flu and cold, and it wasn't any of those. So the doctor just says it's allergies. But it's weird because it's all people that have never had allergies in their life.
Oh,
Is
really?
there a new wave of allergy that's affecting everyone?
So COVID is giving us allergies now?
Or is it
What the heck
another
is going on?
version of COVID that's just not detectable yet?
Or is it like, your body goes through changes, they say, every 10 years, and you develop new allergies, and there's new stuff in the sky. Who knows what we're breathing?
I just think it's so coincidental that everybody's getting allergies
Right.
now. As a person who suffers allergies constantly,
Yeah.
Me too.
I haven't noticed them being worse or anything.
Okay.
I grew up with allergies.
Same here.
I had a mother with terrible allergies, so I think genetically she was kind enough to pass those to me.
I was the only one in my family that had allergies. We had cats and dogs too, and they all love cats and dogs. And I was the only one that had allergies.
That sucks.
Yeah.
No
Yes.
sympathy for you.
None.
You've always
Yeah.
been surrounded by cats.
It's crazy, yes.
Can't get away from them.
Aren't you dog sitting right now too?
Coming up here in about 2 weeks, yes. We're going to be dog sitting for the entire summer.
So you have animal allergies, and there's 3 cats that live in your house?
2 cats, and there will be a dog here for about 4 to 5 months.
It's going to be a great summer.
Yes.
4 to 5 months. Where's the dog owner going? Prison?
So it's Jen's brother's dog, my wife's brother's dog, and he's going to a school where you have to live on the campus and you can't have any animals, but it's for his final certification because he's a pastor.
Okay.
So it's for one of his final things, but he can't have any animals on the premises, so he needs somebody to just watch the dog until he graduates, which will be the end of this year.
Okay.
So we're going to have the dog all through the summer into the fall.
What kind of dog?
I mean,
Big
it's
or small?
It's a big dog.
Oh, good.
Almost up to my hip.
Of course it is.
Big dog, more hair.
Yes, very rambunctious puppy, big puppy. So
Oh, it's a puppy?
it's got to be maybe like almost a year and a half.
Oh, good, yeah.
Oh,
It still loves
Denny's.
to chew and tear things up. That's
Yes.
fun.
This story gets worse and
gonna be
worse.
great.
That is tough. That is tough. All right, well, we got the rest of the crew here today going to be dialing it up for a big old Monday. You can dial it up, too. If you want to watch, just go to KVJ TV. You can find it on YouTube and look for the KVJ Show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
All right, what's everybody got on their mind here today? How about you, Virginia?
It's so funny. You know, Magnolia, she has her car now, so we don't see her very often.
Okay.
You know, when the teenagers get
That's
their
what
car,
happens.
it's just like,
Yeah.
woohoo, freedom.
Yeah.
So she finally came home yesterday.
Okay.
And, you know, I was talking to her and getting all the gossip and having her fill me in on just life. And it's so funny how, like, all these little circles of kids, like she was telling me, you know, this one used to date that one, but then now this one and that one don't speak anymore.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
And so we rode by this one and that one on a boat. And in retaliation, the boat sprayed us because there was this one girl on the boat that somebody used to date. Like, I was like,
yeah.
I'm having such a good time, like hearing vicariously through Mags all the drama,
Getting a whole new level of dirt.
the social circle, the games, the head games,
Oh,
the
yeah.
love games.
It's a lot.
It just reminds me so much of being back in high school, and you think like the world revolves around these relationships,
Right.
And
Oh,
you would just live and die by whatever's going on in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then now when I look back, like I can't even remember people's names.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but it was so important.
Oh, yeah.
And so I have to remember not to laugh at her when she's telling me these stories
It's a
about,
big deal, yeah.
Mom, you're not going to believe what Lucas did.
Oh, getting invited to the best party was the best thing that could happen to you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She got invited to go to some after parties for Benjamin and for Newman.
Okay.
Because I guess they had their prom this weekend.
Okay.
And so she's like, oh, Mom, you should have seen the caliber like of the students, though.
Caliber, huh?
Oh, yeah.
It's just so fascinating to me to hear all the drama and then experience it with the knowledge I have in my head, but be able to see it and hear it through her eyes. It's fun.
Different world.
Oh, it
yeah.
used to be so awesome crashing other school parties. That used to be
Totally.
our favorite thing
Because
to
then
do.
you're exposed to a whole new friend group, new dudes, new chicks.
And sometimes the fireworks, you'll get 2 guys that hate each other from rival schools, and there'll be a
Totally.
giant fight outside.
Totally. And then you find out this one dated that one. And that, it's so good, Kevin.
It sounds like it.
I love it.
Virginia's drinking it all in.
I didn't want her to leave. She was like, now I'm going back to this so-and-so's house. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
stay here and keep telling me all the gossip.
What's on your mind today, Denny's?
So I guess, you know, as I get older, and this is kind of lame, but I beat that video game, right? That new game I got.
Okay.
It took forever.
That's a big
It
deal.
was very hard. It was
Yeah.
a very hard game. But what I didn't realize, it takes a lot of concentration. So I was sitting crisscross applesauce and kind of like a kid playing this game.
Yeah.
And I didn't move for days, right?
Oh,
Just
no, yeah.
staring.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've done damage to my lower back from being in such a slouching position for so many hours. Is there anything I could do to strengthen my? I have the worst headaches and neck aches from this. To
Oh,
the
no
point where
way.
it's my posture. When I straighten out, it fixes everything. But if my slouch comes back, then I get these incredible headaches.
Dang.
There's this thing, I saw it online that you can buy. It's like a backstrap harness thing.
I remember you mentioning that.
You put it on and it pulls your shoulders back and it keeps you in the correct alignment. You might need to get it.
I have to buy it. I did terrible damage to my back by hunching over and playing this game for so many hours.
It makes you look like you're just walking around pushing out your boobies.
That's what I got to do.
But you do have to do that.
I need that. I'm going to order that today. 'Cause I guess as you get older, even playing video games can hurt you in some way if you focus too hard.
You ever look at old people? Like the body wants to like curl.
I can feel it.
You can feel it. You can totally feel it. So you need to get that harness.
Yeah, you kind of turn into a cheese curl, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was playing like this. Like, it just,
Yeah.
so, geez, I'm trying to recover from
You're almost in the fetal position.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
now I'm in recovery phase of just, you just got to make sure you get up and stretch a little bit. You can't try to beat the game in one go. Otherwise, it's going to damage you.
It's tough. You get so sucked in.
But I'm going to order that thing because I think I did some damage to my lower back here.
And then whenever you play, wear it.
Oh, that's going to look real cool.
Hold on, kids.
My wife's
I
going to
gotta
come
get
home.
my,
What's
my
going
harness.
on here?
Ignore my husband.
Grandpa's got his harness on.
Yeah, but I might actually have to buy that thing.
Where's video game playing? What I got on my mind here today, it's a different kind of game. I told you I kind of got into the Wordle with the family, and I was really wondering what this word would be, because if you play Wordle, Virginia, it's all about if you guess letters, then it'll kind of let you know. And you know there are more letters in the alphabet that use more than others, like your
Sure.
S-T,
R-S-T-L-N.
R-E-A.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had kind of developed my own word that I always started with because it would give you the most context clues. I felt it was like my own little secret weapon in our family's battle about Wordle. But now, if you are a serious Wordle player, you know it's all about launching with the right word because it'll give you clues for the other letters that are going to be in the word. But according to the New York Times, they say that its WordleBot has found that the optimal starting word in Wordle is crane. C-R-A-N-E.
Okay.
They found that that is the best one that gives you the most context clues for what the word actually is, lighting up letters. If you're playing normal mode and if you're in the hard mode, Delt, D-E-A-L-T. They say those are the two best Wordle words to start with. So if you're all into it and you're looking for an advantage, because in our family, it's all about like, every day it's how many guesses it took for you to get the word.
How many different levels are there? Is it all easy?
I
or-
think it goes all the way to 6. So what it is, you get 6 chances. And then the levels, I don't know, because my son always sets it up, says, here's your Wordle thing. So I do that. But yeah, so you get 6 guesses. So if you can, like me last week, I was prancing around because I got it in 3, 2 days in a row. So I'm like, yeah. And then, Cannon got it in 6, and so that's kind of your big old bragging rights. So if you do play Wordle, crane and delt are the 2 words that are supposedly the best to start off with. Well, they say that the weekend box office looked really good. I saw that Sonic the Hedgehog movie, over $70 million, I think it brought in. It was the most ever for like one video game movie that they've done. Yeah, and so they say that it's kind of encouraging because it was a kids movie, and to see that, the parents are taking the kids back out to the theaters again, they're hopeful that maybe the movie industry has returned. And so they'll be able to start making some good profits at the box office.
Nice.
So we'll see how that holds up. Suits over the weekend, he looked at an old classic movie that we grew up with, if you're Gen Xer, and then the Gen Zs take a look at it and say, okay, was this a good movie or a bad movie? What movie did you watch over the weekend, Suits?
A very famous movie. I watched Dirty Dancing this weekend.
Oh, man. Okay, Patrick Swayze. Bird's a big fan. Okay, so what did you think about Dirty Dancing? Did it hold up?
So this is one of those movies where you know a lot about it before you see it. Even in my generation, it's so parodied, it's so well known. And I got to be honest, I was not expecting to like this movie. It just didn't seem like something that would be my style.
Right.
But it was actually oddly entertaining. I kind of enjoyed
Okay.
the movie. I was pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not my favorite movie I've ever seen. It's not something that I'll probably go out of my way to watch again. But at the end of it, I was like, that wasn't actually a terrible ride. I kind of enjoyed that. It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
I thought it was a pretty fun movie.
Okay.
I really didn't have too many knocks on it.
Well, the thing that is interesting about it is it's an 80s movie, but wasn't it even still set in the 50s or older?
Yes.
I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it was definitely
Yes.
set real old.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just something that kind of transcends, because if you liked it in the 80s, maybe you'll like it for whenever. Were there any parts that it feel like it dragged? I know other times when you've watched movies from the 80s, there was parts that were corny or cheesy. Did you get that from watching Dirty Dancing?
I mean, there were definitely some cheesy parts in that movie. It took a little bit to get going in the beginning, too. Like, I just thought it was a little bit slow early on, and I didn't think I was going to enjoy it in about the first 20, 30 minutes.
Okay.
But it just, I don't know, it was just kind of like lighthearted and fun, and I ended up at the end of it like, that wasn't too terrible. It was not that bad. I thought the ending was a little bit, I mean, it's a little cheesy, but I didn't mind it either. The don't put baby in a corner I thought was going to be a bigger scene than just like, nobody puts baby in a corner and then just walk away. I kind of expected that to be something bigger.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. I actually did find that I enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised. I'd give it about an 80.
Okay.
On Rotten Tomatoes. It's cheesy, but it wasn't too bad cheesy. It wasn't over the top to me for
That's
some reason.
solid score. Okay.
So, I don't know if I'd go out of my way to watch it again, but I enjoyed it. It wasn't that bad.
Virginia, do you remember the last time you watched that movie?
No. It has been a long time since I've seen Dirty Dancing.
Oh, I probably haven't seen it since the 80s.
Yeah.
I remember I was just okay with it. I didn't love it. And the one thing that I remember standing out to me, I thought was kind of corny, was at the end, the part you're talking about, where it's like a choreographed dance. Like, choreographed dance is not easy, to put all this together.
Yes.
And whenever you have spontaneous choreographed dancing and everybody has every move right and it's perfect. And
everybody in the entire party somehow knew the moves to that last
all
dance.
The moves, they got it all down. I'm like, oh, come on. I remember that really
Nobody
standing
can
out
do
the first
that.
time I watched it. I'm like, that doesn't happen.
There were a
That's
few of those
crazy.
parts where everybody was dancing so perfectly. I'm like, there's no way
Yeah.
that everybody would have this down so good. And she did learn to dance really quick.
Sure, yeah. Right. Yeah, it's kind of like in Karate Kid. He knows he's all of a sudden a black belt in like 3 weeks.
He tells him to wax the floor, and then all of a sudden he's amazing in karate.
Yeah,
like,
he
it
can
doesn't
stop
work
every
that way.
punch. Yeah. Okay. All right.
But it was a fun ride.
Okay.
Popcorn, but not terrible.
All right. Yeah, that'd be one to go back if you haven't seen it in a couple decades like me. Just be like, okay, watch it and see if it holds up. Because I still remember Footloose. I went back and watched it. I'm like, gosh, this movie was not that great.
I think I kind of expected it to be Footloose. I thought dancing was going to be illegal in this. Is that Footloose that
That's
I'm thinking
Footloose,
of?
Yeah, it's Footloose.
I think I might have combined the two of them together over the years just from what I've heard about him.
Yeah.
But so it
Okay.
was a little different than what I was expecting because I was expecting that kind of a vibe from it.
All right. Somebody texted in and said Queen of the South dropped new episodes. You still on that show, Virginia?
Queen of the South?
Yeah. I
On
remember
Netflix?
Well, I think it is on Netflix, yeah.
Okay, I did see that yesterday because I was going through Netflix, and I remember you told me to watch that Bad Vegan.
Oh, that's what Jaber was talking about.
Okay, I'm halfway through the Bad Vegan.
How you liking that?
I think it's slow moving, but it's a crazy story.
Okay.
They could have done it in 2 episodes, and for some reason they made it 4.
Ooh.
But it's very slow moving, but it's very fascinating.
Okay.
This dude in it, it's just like, I can't believe anybody would fall for his story, but they did.
There's so many of those stories out right now about scammy people. Yeah, and Inventing Anna is one of them. You have
I
the
like that one.
The Tinder Swindler.
Tinder Swindler. I haven't watched him yet.
I haven't seen that, but I heard it's good.
So Queen of the South has new episodes? I mean,
That's what somebody texted in.
they did a finale. They did a cheesy but wrapped up into the nicest package, finished finale, and what?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question, because that's just kind of it too, where, I don't really know when some of these shows drop new seasons and, the pandemic kind of threw everything off. And so it's really kind of hard. Like, I need to know, okay, what shows are coming out? Because you want to plan. If you want to do binge watching, if you love doing that, you'd be like, okay, because I got to take a weekend to maybe get through a season or whatever it might be. So when is this thing going to drop? And I got to work it out like a schedule because I hate going around to different shows as well. I want to get through one and then just kind of write it off. And then, because that's too confusing to be watching more than one show at one time. Because I've got Better Call Saul, it's going to be coming out, and I got Ozark, and they're both this month. So it's like, I got to get that straight,
Yeah, you do. You can't watch them simultaneously.
Yeah, and they just announced, too, with Better Call Saul that they are going to have Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul are going to be doing their Walter White and Jesse Pinkman characters.
Okay, all right.
So, because Better Call Saul is a spinoff from Breaking Bad.
Right.
So they're going to actually have that. And I know a lot of people were wondering that, but that was confirmed over the weekend. So what do you do if you're trying to keep everything straight and there's too many things to watch and you can't remember what platform this is on? We talked about this last week. I'm like, somebody needs to design this. Here's the idea. Well, apparently somebody already has. You had to figure. I was reading about this app called Plex, and it will help you search, add, and stream any movie or TV show across multiple services. So you can finally maintain a single universal watch list. And you use this Plex. It's Plex, and it's synced across all of your apps and all platforms. And then you'll have a watch list. And it'll basically take you to whatever show you want to see. But if it jumps to a different platform, it'll find it for you.
Okay.
So like if, it'll say, hey, you could watch it on Hulu or Netflix, whatever it be. And then it takes you right to that app and you get to watch the show.
Like, I don't know if you know this, Kevin, but The Real Housewives of Miami is back.
Okay, didn't know.
It came back on Peacock. And
All right.
I was like, I'm not paying for Peacock. I'm not doing that. But then, Peacock and Bravo are the same company. They realized how successful it was on Peacock. So now The Real Housewives of Miami is back on Bravo.
Okay.
And I watched some of that over the weekend. That's good.
Yeah, see, it's getting really confusing. And I saw that Dancing with the Stars now is only going to be available on the Disney Plus app.
Really?
They're taking it away from ABC.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on. They're bleeding over, and I guess they're starting to realize, hey, a show's got to be of this standard to get on the network. Otherwise, we got so many streaming platforms. Still is good for us to make it because there is an audience for it, just not a big nationwide audience. So I guess that's what happens. You're going to start seeing some of those shows you used to watch on the major networks now are going to be there. That's why having something like Plex would be awesome.
How much does Plex cost?
It looks like it's free. I don't know.
What?
I haven't downloaded it yet. It didn't say anything about costs, and typically they do. I need to get on this because I just read about this yesterday, and I didn't have a chance to put it into play. So, yeah, you go in and you pick your favorite shows. I guess it has all the different options, and then you have a watch list, kind of like you do on Netflix, but then this one works across all the different platforms. So, and it'll let you know where something is streaming, and boom, you go right to it. So even if like something leaves HBO Max and moves to Hulu, it finds it for you.
So it's available as a free service, and it also has a premier tier that's like $5 a month.
I would wonder why you would even need that, though. What would you get on the premiere that you don't get on the regular?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe ads.
Okay. I can do a few ads.
Yeah, I can have a few ads.
I grew up in there. We were bombarded with ads.
I'd rather not pay 17 different services $5 a month because that adds up.
Yeah.
Show me a few ads. I can deal with ads.
Yeah, no doubt. So if you were looking for something like I was last week, Plex is where you can go to get everything all in one place. Well, coming off of a very exciting, great weekend weather-wise. Must have did Bird in. He's got a little bit of a fever today. Then he said he was feeling a little bit of the funk. Even on Friday. So I don't know what's going on with Bird, but he's a little ill today, Virginia.
Funky.
Yeah. So he's going to try and knock down that fever. We'll see.
Wonder who he's been hanging out with. Been running the streets with some strange, loose women.
You think so?
Probably. Who knows what he picked up?
That's what did him in.
Living the life of a bachelor.
Oh, yeah.
Footloose, fancy free.
Living hard.
Licking doorknobs.
Yep. Living hard. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that you could easily get sick at over the weekend. No word on how Tortuga went. Sounded like it went pretty well. It was packed. It was priced out of my range, so I didn't wind up there.
Yeah, we looked at the tickets. All of the cheap ones had sold out. So then the only thing you could get was a ticket that was $1,200.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you had to go for the 3-day packages for this round, so that might be the future of it. They said that they had a couple of pickpockets out there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they said there were 3 dudes that they arrested on Saturday at Tortuga, and they had 24 phones on them.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, they had gotten through a lot. So they're trying to let people know if your phone got snagged at Tortuga, you can contact the police in Fort Lauderdale.
That happened to Magnolia at the mall. Her phone
Yeah.
got snagged. It's just, you're out there, you're having fun, you're at a concert, you put your phone in your back pocket, and you think you're cool, and you're not, because there's people that are literally preying on you.
Well, and I wonder if they got them outside of the venue or if they got them inside. Because they got them inside. They paid $1,200 to go in and just snag cell phones all weekend.
Maybe they had the cheap seats. Maybe they had the affordable tickets.
Yeah, I was wondering that. I was like, geez, that's crazy. But yeah, it's just part of it. You go to these festivals and you're getting loose and having fun and drinking the cocktails. The next thing you know, bam.
It sucks.
It really does. Because, I mean, it's like a Sunday or Monday and you're just kind of like, we're wearing that funk from the weekend. Then you got to deal with like, sorry, I don't have my phone. I got to go either find it or go to the police or I got to get a new one.
Well, hopefully they lock up these people that had 12 phones and they're able to give the people their phones back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think if you had to rank the worst things to come off the weekend from, I would say losing your cell phone has got to be in the top 5.
Definitely.
I would say a nasty sunburn. Have you ever had that where it's just, I don't know what it is. When you get a nasty sunburn, how does it take all your energy? You feel so terrible on a Monday.
You feel sick.
Oh, you feel ill. You're just like, it's like you're massive. Even if you didn't drink, it's like you're massively hungover if you have got a big old sunburn.
Losing your wallet sucks so bad.
It is, because you're like, I don't have time for this, but I got to make time for this. And it's just going to set me back for the entire week, just miserable. So, yeah, it is going to be a big week this week as well. I know we had Barrett-Jackson. The car show was going on over the weekend. That was one of the many things that was happening here. And this is going to be a busy week as well as Miami Heat starts some playoff stuff. Chris Rock is going to be in South Florida this week. Bieber is going to be in South Florida this week, Virginia.
Wow.
Bon Jovi this weekend.
It's busy.
Yeah, it is. So there's
and the Easter Bunny's going to be here
I know,
too.
Right, and it's Easter weekend.
Yay.
So it's power pack. So hopefully you survive the weekend, and you got one more big one coming up next.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, Will Smith finally heard back from the Academy Awards, and they let him know what they were going to punish him by doing. They let him know that he's going to be banned for 10 years as punishment for slapping Chris Rock. He can't go to any events, virtual or in person. And he then, after that, put out a statement as well saying he accepts and respects the Academy's decision. So,
okay.
There you go. You won't see Will Smith at anything Oscars for 10 years.
Wow, okay. I feel like actually he's kind of lucky. I don't know. Good for him.
Well, he got his Oscar. Now he's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, he's like, peace out.
I really don't need to go. I'm good.
He's all good.
Amber Heard is taking a break from social media. I guess today in Virginia, a court case begins. A $50 million defamation lawsuit that Johnny Depp has slapped Amber Heard with. Now, she claimed back in this op-ed that she wrote that she was a survivor of domestic abuse. She didn't name Johnny Depp in the piece that she wrote, but has accused him of domestic violence, and she says that she now has to go fight him in court. So that's why she's taking a break from social media.
Okay.
It starts today.
Oh, today. Wow.
Yeah, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens. $50 million defamation lawsuit. If she can prove that he was abusive to her, it sounds like she might win. But if he can prove he wasn't, then he would win.
Yeah, it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be fascinating to watch.
I agree.
See what happens with this.
And finally here, I'm sure you saw, Kevin, the Peltz wedding happened.
Oh, yes.
With the Beckhams and the very wealthy Peltz family at the huge $75 million mansion there on Palm Beach Island.
Okay.
600 guests.
Yeah.
Wow. Serena Williams was there, Eva Longoria, Gordon Ramsay, Gigi Hadid, Nicole Richie, Elizabeth Hurley, Tom Brady, Giselle Bundchen, all the Spice Girls, every single Spice.
Was everyone there?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'd seen, I think Baby Spice couldn't make it.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
And then I think
That's
it was.
Jay Bird's favorite Spice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think she was able to make it.
No. Well, Mel B and Mel C, I guess, were both there.
Okay.
So, yes, it happened, and it was a lavish ceremony, and it was a Jewish ceremony, a traditional Jewish ceremony.
Yeah, that was part of it. I think they did a few.
Her family, I guess, is Jewish.
Yeah.
And so he agreed to do the whole traditional breaking of the glass, all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
there you go. The family's coming together.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Okay. Yeah, I saw too. They had, did you see Bruno Mars performed?
Fancy.
Mark Anthony performed 4 songs. Snoop Dogg was the DJ. David Blaine was doing magic tricks during the cocktail hour. I'm like, what the heck, man? That's some crazy stuff.
That
huh?
is.
In fact, over the weekend, Jay Bird thinks that he saw Tom Brady. I'll see if I can get Bird on because he was out at a place that, I don't know, would you expect to see Tom Brady at this location? But Jay Bird swears he thinks he saw him.
Where, Crazy Horse?
Yeah, we'll try to get word from Bird here in a second on exactly where he thinks he saw Tom Brady. Maybe somebody else saw him or any of these other celebrities out over the weekend. If you did, you can let us know. 877-979-WRMF. Got to say a happy 12th birthday to Baylor. Hard to love the Finns and live in New England, but you do a great job at it. We love you, Mama, Dada, and Payson. Okay. Also got a happy birthday to Enrique. Having a birthday today. He's going to be 11, and we're celebrating this coming weekend at Universal and Islands of Adventure.
Ooh.
That is from Susan, Glenn, Landon, and the dog Brutus. You can see there on KVJ TV.
Aw, that dog does not look like a Brutus.
No, it doesn't.
That dog looks like a
Mitzi.
Mitzi.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, I
That
think
dog
it's
is
a
a
Mitzi.
Mitzi.
Yeah. Some dogs just earn their names.
Even if it's a guy, even if it's a male
You're right.
dog,
It can still
you,
be Mitzi.
you must name that dog Mitzi.
That's a Mitzi right there. Also, happy 7th birthday to our chicken nugget Ryan. Love you so much. Mommy, Dad, Christian, Jake, Mia, Austin, Ari, and Saint. Happy 3rd birthday to Declan from Mommy, Daddy, Sissy, Lexi, and Chloe. Also, we got Avia Sharifi. It's her golden birthday. Much love, Emma, Abba, Big Sis, Eden, brothers Gabe and Jonas. Big fan, Jenny, Sharifi. Listen to you all day. Got a photo there on KVJ TV on YouTube. So thank you very much. We all had a lot of celebrities in South Florida over the weekend talking about that Peltz Beckham wedding that was going on Palm Beach, $103 million mansion, which that thing is impressive. They had 3 big old tents out there, Virginia. Just a big old party. Big bunch of celebrities performing, all that kind of good stuff. And a long list of celebrities, people you would expect. Serena Venus, they were out there. I heard that Tom Brady and Giselle did show up. Saw a little photo of them, obviously looking hot. Bird, he's sitting on the sidelines today with a little bit of a fever. He thinks maybe he saw Tom Brady over the weekend. What's up, Bird?
Hey, Coach, put me in. I'm ready to play.
You are, huh? Oh, man. Denny said you were feeling a little down and out over the weekend.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I got a COVID test on the way here, and I'm trying to break my temperature. So I was going to see if I broke my temperature and I got a negative COVID test by the time the show's over, can I come in?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to go negative COVID test, and you got to have no fever. And at that point,
taking medicine to make your fever go away, that doesn't mean your fever's broke. It has to break on its own without taking anti-fever meds.
okay, that's what's considered breaking a fever.
Boy, I missed the first hour of the show, and all of a sudden Virginia's a doctor.
Well, just because you've taken medicine to reduce your fever doesn't mean your fever's done. It just means that you've helped the symptoms subside.
I hear you. All right, I'll just stay home.
Where do you think you saw Tom Brady over the weekend?
Okay, I know I'm going to sound crazy, but I swear he was walking into the West Palm Beach Tijuana flat. Did anyone else see him at Tijuana flat?
The one on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard?
Yes. Yeah, so I was in a car with my buddy. I was in the passenger seat.
Okay.
And it looked like he was walking from the furniture store into Tijuana Flats, and he was with another dude, a big dude.
Tom Brady's furniture shopping and getting tacos?
Maybe it was the Gronk.
I don't know. I'm just saying, did anyone else see Tom Brady in the Palm Beach Lakes area on Saturday?
Okay, about what time do you think?
I would say about 1:30 p.
Okay, 1:30 p. Okay, we'll put the call out. See if anybody.
And I don't think it was the Bronx, Virginia, or the Gronk. I mean,
The Bronk or the Gronk.
No, it wasn't me. I wasn't with Tom Brady this weekend.
Wouldn't that have been a great story?
Oh man, you kidding me? Been an amazing story. I'd have loved it.
Of everybody on that guest list at that wedding, would Tom Brady be your number one pick to have some pal around time on Saturday with?
You know, it would be between Tom Brady and Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
And I think, I don't know, I might go Snoop Dogg just because Snoop Dogg's very entertaining. And I think I'd get more out of, and I think more people would be like, I don't know, what would be a cooler card to say you either hung out all weekend with Snoop Dogg or with Tom Brady?
I think you would like to talk like nutrition and fitness.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
Sports with Tom Brady. But it would be a cooler story to
If
hang
it
out
was
with Snoop.
Yeah. Lamest, I think, would be David Blaine.
I agree. Like,
What are
which one of these does not belong?
Yeah.
what are the people saying, Kev? Are they saying they saw Tom Brady? Is anyone saying that he was in the Palm Beach Lakes area? Tijuana Flats?
Yeah, we got no Tom Brady sightings at all yet from that. Yeah, nobody said they saw him. But who knows?
I mean, if he wanted Tijuana Flats, wouldn't he have somebody else go get it for him?
Yeah, I was wondering that too. And I know I don't have a great track record. I know I thought I saw Vince Neil walking out of Walmart, and that proved to be wrong.
Half the people in Walmart look like Vince Neil. Yeah, it doesn't always work out. All right, I think we're going to do a round of Think Fast here real quick. We'll get Denny's in here. Bert, are you able to think fast?
Yeah, I'll play.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's see how you do here. Okay, I got a couple different topics going on here. We'll see who can come up with the most sensible answer, the fastest here, and think fast. Okay, first one I got for you. Something you'll find on a map that starts with the letter S.
State.
Oh, jeez, Virginia. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right.
You're going down, Fever.
Wow.
I feel it.
I want the fever to go down.
Your fever's going up, but you're going down.
I can feel me moving real slow.
Okay, all right. Next up, an occupation starting with the letter R.
Roofer.
Robot.
Robot.
I'm a professional robot.
Hello, guys.
It doesn't pay well.
No.
He's the only person that got less respect than David Blaine at the wedding.
Can you imagine?
The professional
Can you imagine
robot.
if you're at a party and somebody said, "What do you do?" I'm a robot.
I'm a professional robot. What?
Okay. All right, next up. It's a liquid that starts with the letter J.
Jelly.
Jelly.
Juice.
Oh, juice.
I like juice a
Jelly.
little better.
Jelly's not liquid.
Yeah. Danny's going to get that point.
Jelly is a fun word, though.
Okay, it is a fun word. All right, 2-1 here. Virginia got a lead on Denny's. Bird, you have to get on the board.
Come on, Fever.
I didn't get a point on that one. All right.
He said jelly too, but he said it after me.
Okay, next up. It's a kind of exercise starting with the letter P.
Pilates.
Push-ups.
Oh.
Yeah, Virginia.
Pilates.
Man, oh
The
man.
longest word ever.
All right, Virginia's about ready to put this to bed if she can get one more here. All right, it's a unisex name starting with the letter R.
Ricky.
Robbie.
I'll go Ricky. I'll go
Yeah,
quick win.
Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky will work.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we hear you. You're just late and wrong.
Robot.
Professional robot, though, was pretty awesome.
Yes.
That was pretty good. All right, Bird. We'll let you rest a little bit. We'll check in with you a little bit later. And
Okay, if you guys.
I'll let you know if
guys
anybody
wanna
saw
talk.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, if you guys want to talk, I'll be around. I'd love to talk.
Okay. All right. We'll dive up here in a bit. Yeah, I wanted to go over to Palm Beach, and my wife's like, nobody's going to be hanging out on Palm Beach. I thought they might. I'm like, I don't know. They might go to Worth Avenue. She's like, they're not going to leave because everything's set up there at that mansion that they had on the ocean for no one to ever have to leave. And do you see the security that they did? They had the security dogs, and they had 2 photographers that were trying to take some photos. And the security guard with the canine walked right up to these 2 paparazzi guys, and the dog just started going, roof, roof, and kind of lunging at him, and the guys backed up. And they're like, all right, all right. I was like, that was kind of a powerful way to do security, huh?
Intimidating.
Yeah, it really was. So they weren't playing.
Well, my friend was telling me that he knows somebody that lives like right down the street.
Okay.
And they said just the fabulous people that were coming and going. Everybody
Yeah.
looked amazing. Even like the regular people were decked out.
Everybody looked filthy rich
Yes.
at that whole thing. Yeah, that was the one thing I took away from it. One other thing that went on over the weekend, in fact, it was Saturday morning. I was sitting out with the Mexican Queen. We always do our little Saturday morning Bloody Marys. And I was looking through social media, and I was like, oh, my gosh, there's a bunch of Steelers players that are here in South Florida doing some workouts. And we were trying to figure out from the photos that they had posted on Friday where they were working out. I'm like, that looks like it's Boca. And I guess it was. They were at FAU in Boca. And these are, some big names. It's Mitch Trubisky, who's the new quarterback for the Steelers. He has a house in West Boca. And he invited a whole bunch of Steelers players, receivers, running backs, and even the other quarterback that was there, which I know well, Dwayne Haskins. I went to Dwayne Haskins. I was at his first game. He was playing Ohio State's rival, Michigan. He was down 20-14, and the quarterback that had been there for years got hurt, and they had to bring in this freshman, Dwayne Haskins, and he brought Ohio State back and won the game. And then next year he was the starting quarterback and had 50 touchdowns and broke like 28 Ohio State records.
Wow.
And put them through the stratosphere. He was then a number 1 pick in the NFL, and he was now with the Steelers. And so I was excited that he was there as well. And it wasn't just a couple hours later, I saw the shocking news that he got hit by a dump truck and killed on 595. And I was
You're like, what?
I was like, wait, what is going on here? Because, I was trying to get the Queen. I'm like, hey, let's go try to find out where these guys are doing the work. And I'd love to see all these guys.
Oh, that's crazy. So you already knew he was here.
Yeah.
And you were trying to say, oh, should we go sniff around FAU?
Yeah, right. Because we were trying to, just from the field that they were at, I was like, it was either FAU. It looked like maybe either that or Holiday Park in Fort Lauderdale, one of the two. And then it was just one of those ones. It's like a gut punch. You ever had those where there's somebody that you know? I couldn't even believe it. It was just in, Columbus, Ohio, and Buckeye Nation is really mourning the loss of this guy that was a very prominent quarterback. He was a Heisman Trophy finalist, and he was a big name in college. It was about 6:30 in the morning. He was on I-595. It was westbound. He was right by the Fort Lauderdale airport there. And for some reason got out of his car and tried to go across traffic.
What?
And was hit by a dump truck. It was just stunning.
I don't understand.
There's a lot of stuff that, I don't think people fully understand.
Did his car break down, or was the car still operational?
There was stuff thrown around. People were saying that he ran out of gas. How anybody knew, I don't know. And that narrative's kind of stuck, and I don't know if there's any truth to it. It was the stuff that was going around. They're going to have to, do a full investigation. They're not going to release any more details until the investigation's complete. So you could be talking several months before they get anything conclusive as to what he was doing. And I don't know what was going on before. It was one of those things where I don't know, was he still out or was he up early? That's
Great
always
question.
the thing in South Florida. It's 6:30 a.m. and it was about 25 minutes before daybreak.
Somebody just said this morning on the news that I was listening to that somebody from the Steelers said he was on his way to the airport, that he was going to the airport.
Really?
And so
Okay.
maybe that would lend itself to be he wasn't intoxicated. He wasn't still up from the night before.
Okay.
Because that's the big question. If it's 6:30 a.m., are you up from the night before?
Right.
Or did you wake up to go to the airport and your car ran out of gas?
Yeah. That is a great question. I don't know what they were doing. He did on his Instagram story that was still up from the day before. It looked like, they were, out having some fun. He's at a pool. They're, pouring some adult beverages and all that. So I don't know if that's any indication of what went on that day, but that was just kind of, one of the things that you saw there on it. So just a tragic, terrible story either way. And kind of a lesson, too, just how crazy, if you don't know, Florida's #1 in the nation for pedestrian deaths. There's just a lot of people, unfortunately, are getting hit by cars here. And over the last year, it's gotten worse. There's a 31% increase in pedestrian deaths in Florida in the last year.
Wow.
So it is. So don't, ever challenge that. And this is a guy that didn't live in South Florida. He was just down here visiting. But anybody that's here, just don't.
Don't play.
No, don't play.
You're not supposed to ever cross any of those major roadways like that on foot. It's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
They put fences up for a reason because they don't want pedestrians on those roads.
No, true.
But maybe if he ran out of gas, I mean,
who knows? Who knows? But he was a beloved figure. He always people just talk about the smile that he always had, and he was just really kind and nice to a lot of people. So it's really sad for a lot of people. He just was married about a year ago, has a baby, and
that's so sad.
Yeah, so there's a lot around it. So definitely our thoughts go out to his family. So sad to hear about that. Alberta's got a fever, so he's having a hang at home today. But we talked to him a couple of minutes ago, and he had a big old celebrity wedding in town over the weekend. Lots of celebrities out and about, and hearing some spotting. What's going on here? Tom Brady was spotted out, but apparently not at the Tijuana Flats, where Jay Bird thinks he saw him on Saturday afternoon.
Ooh, where was he spotted?
Somebody said on Friday night he was on Worth Avenue. And I was wondering that. I was arguing that with the Mexican queen. I'm like, let's go to Worth Avenue. Because I'm like, I bet there'll be. She's like, why would they go there? She's like, they shop at other places. I'm like, well, just to see it and sightsee. I would think that there would have been celebrities there on Worth Avenue.
Definitely.
That's what I thought.
They're not all going to stay holed up in that mansion or in the hotel, wherever they were. They're going to want to get out and about, especially if they're there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right, yeah. They started with a dinner on Friday. And I guess at dinner, they took everybody's phones and locked them up. So they didn't want any photos getting out because I guess Vogue paid a ton of money for the exclusive. And then I think they wrapped up yesterday with a lunch, from what I heard. But there were some celebrities out. Melissa said Gordon Ramsay was at Benny's on Saturday. Benny's on the beach in Lake Worth Beach.
No way.
Yeah, that's kind of cool,
I
huh?
love that.
Yeah, so he was out.
Well, we love the Benny's crew.
Mm-hmm. There's also some other celebrity sightings going on in South Florida throughout the weekend. Sylvester Stallone and Governor Ron DeSantis were at Barrett-Jackson at South Florida Fairgrounds.
Okay, that thing was packed. I saw pictures. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and it made news, too. So I guess they sold a car for $1 million.
Wow.
Yeah, big stuff. Probably sold a few more for just as much. And then somebody else said, my buddy saw Vince Vaughn at the Duffy's in Stewart last weekend. Okay.
Huh.
It's kind of random. Vince Vaughn at Duffy's.
Was he in town for the Peltz wedding?
That would have been last weekend, so I don't know what he was doing.
Huh.
Who knows?
Sniffing around.
Yeah, that's what happens this time of year. Lots of celebrities around here. So we posted up on the KVJ Show Facebook page, what is an unspoken rule that annoys you when people don't know about it? And that's really what call 'em outs are all about, because if we all kind of know these unspoken rules, things just go a lot better. It just especially traffic, because there's so many people that are commenting on traffic. Joe said, like, the zipper effects in traffic, how people still don't know how to merge. If you do the zipper thing, merging's not that bad. It goes pretty well. It's when people don't, and then people start laying on the horns, and it gets all messed up. Carl said, when you pull up to an intersection that has traffic lights and the lights happen to be out, last time I checked, you're supposed to treat it like a four-way stop. How is it that people don't do that and then wonder why there's an accident that happens right there?
Yeah, I think it's so confusing how people don't know that. We were at a light the other day, and Mags was driving, and the light was out, and she's like, "Ah, what do I do?" I'm like,
Yeah.
don't freak out, Mags. Whenever the light is flashing like that, it is a four-way stop, and everybody just treats it as a four-way stop, and we'll be fine." Sure enough, we look up, and the next line of cars just goes 8 cars in a row. I'm like,
See, yeah,
Mags,
that's it.
not everybody's cool.
No.
But you be cool.
Right.
And go cautiously.
Yep. Those people throwing it all off,
It's a four-way stop.
messing it all up.
If you and a train of 6 cars go, you're all douches.
Yeah, no, it's a very uncool thing. And people are like, "Oh, yeah, I got somewhere I got to go." Well, don't we all? Laura said, "Yeah, for the love of God, don't stop in the middle of roundabouts to wave someone else in. It's not a four-way stop. Keep it moving." Yeah, people really don't get the roundabouts.
They do not.
Man, it's tough for a lot of people. Dave said, if you're going to go 60 and a 65, get out of the left lane. Seriously.
Amen.
Yeah, that really messes up traffic. A couple simple ones, too. Heidi said, just saying please and thank you and you're welcome. Those 3 words are sometimes forgotten but greatly appreciated. So thank you for those who are doing it.
Yes, thank you.
Sheila wants to let people know, don't use your phone or speaker when you're in public. Yeah, it seems to go without saying, but people still are not getting it.
I always use my phone on speaker because I can't hear. If I hold it up to my face, I'm like, what? Huh?
Yeah.
So I'm always on speaker. I'm that rude person.
That's you, huh? So she's calling you out, basically?
I'm so sorry, but Mama's deaf.
Kristen is saying an unspoken rule everybody needs to follow is chewing with your mouth closed. Okay. Yeah, some people always get into it, Virginia. I think they forget. They're yapping it around.
Especially if the food's really good, you're like, making numbing noises.
Ashley says, press stop on the work microwave and make it go to 0. Don't leave seconds on it, you lazy jerks. If you got OCD, that drives me crazy too, because a lot of times it looks like a time. I've been fooled by that where people in my family, they stop the microwave, but they don't reset it. And I'm like, oh man, it's only 1:19. And meanwhile, it's like 4 o'clock. And then people are like, where were you? I'm like, I thought it was only 1 o'clock. How's it 4 already?
How can it be 12 o'clock?
Yes.
What the hell is that?
Come on, people. Throwing daddy off here. Alicia, this is a good note. Don't pet, stare at, or make noises to a service animal. They have a very important job, and when you do this, you distract them, and they can miss something that could be a life or death situation.
Yeah, that's a big thing. They are monitoring the person they're with. And if you come over and try to pet them or talk to them or anything, now they're distracted.
But I love dogs.
I know.
Yeah,
and they're so cute.
Just stop, yeah.
If they have that vest on, you're supposed to keep on walking.
That's right. Well, today is also National Pet Day. So they say dogs are America's favorite, followed by cats.
And Denny's has all of that in his house.
He does. He's running a kennel over there. It's amazing what he's got going on.
Big Denny's Ranch Rescue, we're calling it.
Well, great weekend here in South Florida. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of celebrities are in town. People are letting us know where. Apparently, I saw some awkward photos of people trying to get shots of Vince Vaughn at a Duffy's and Stewart, and you could tell he knew what was going on. It's that one thing. Gosh, they're taking photos of me, aren't they? Oh, man. Yeah. He apparently was also at Sexy Fish in Miami on Saturday night, so Vince Vaughn making the rounds. And somebody said, yeah, I saw Gordon Ramsay at the Four Seasons.
Okay.
So just some of these celebrities around the area that were out. Got lots of call 'em outs as well. Also things that should be unspoken rules that everybody kind of gets. Luis has got one that is a good one. He said, don't look over somebody's shoulder at their phone screen. It's an invasion of privacy. Yeah. People are so nosy.
Unless that person is your husband, and then all bets are off, and you can look.
Oh, okay. Does that give you a right then?
Yes.
To see okay.
What are you doing over there?
Yeah. Let me see. Somebody said, with the celebrity thing, I was at, my buddy was at the Lake Worth Pier on Saturday. Some dude comes up to him asking about his lures that he made and that he catches with him. He was very interested in what he was doing. He said they talked for about 15 minutes. And finally, he leaves to get up, and people were chasing after him in their phones. And he said, I didn't realize who it was, but it was Gordon Ramsay.
That's so cool.
He was there, yeah. And then apparently somebody's like, it's Gordon Ramsay. And everybody started running after their phones and he took off.
He's like, get me out of here.
I ran him out of.
He was trying to have a peaceful fishing conversation.
It's Gordon Ramsay.
Get him.
Did you see him running? Trying to get his car in that packed beach, poor guy.
Yeah, you ain't running nowhere
No.
quick in that parking lot. It is
No.
gridlock city.
It's not safe. Poor Gordon Ramsay's dodging traffic and photo seekers. Somebody else, this is some of the call 'em outs that we got here. This is a big one. Listen to this. Somebody said, hey, just a note for a call 'em out here today. When you're invited out to dinner, don't invite other people without checking with the person who is supposed to be treating you to dinner.
Amen.
I invited 2 people out to dinner, and then they invited 3 other people without asking. 2 of the 3 people had the most expensive meal. So instead of spending a little over $100 for dinner, I spent $550 because everybody, of course, had to also have adult drinks as well.
That's so rude.
That really is unbelievable, isn't it?
Even if it's just a house party, if you're invited,
Yeah.
you don't get to bring buddies, friends, additional guests.
No.
Now, what you could do, if it's a casual affair, you can reach out to the host or hostess and you can say, hey, is it okay if my friend Cheapskate Mark comes along and brings his wife?
Nobody wants Cheapskate Mark coming out with them.
And then the host or hostess can tell you, yes, bring Mark
Right.
and his empty wallet, or tell Mark to stay home. But you have to give the host or hostess the opportunity to allow or not allow Mark.
Yeah, I can't imagine you'd invite people to jump on somebody else's tab.
People do it all the time.
Really? That's unbelievable to
It
me.
is so rude.
Wow. Okay.
If you are invited, you don't get to invite others.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a note. If you're doing that, don't do that. Got a lot of people calling, texting right now. 877-979-WRMF. What's your call 'em out?
If somebody's done you wrong, it's time for you to sing along and call them out, call them out, call them out. You gotta call them out, call them out, call them out. It's time to call them out.
Okay. Got call 'em out here. Says, got to call out my girlfriend. She has secretly been on OnlyFans doing solo acts on camera.
Ooh.
I didn't know until my little brother told me. I confronted her about it, and she immediately broke up with me.
So this OnlyFans is certainly fascinating. Larsa Pippen, Scottie Pippen's ex.
Okay.
She's on the Real Housewives of Miami. She said she makes $10,000 a day.
A day,
from her
really?
OnlyFans.
Wow.
And she's not going full disclosure.
Okay.
like,
So
you-
what is it? Just like teasing kind of stuff?
Teasing, a little showing of the pink parts, maybe, but not like lots.
Okay.
You don't get like the full Hustler magazine spread.
Okay. 10
She's
grand a day.
She's doing like adult light.
Okay.
And she makes 10 grand a day. And she said she also makes a lot of side hustle off just feet stuff.
Really?
Feet.
So is it because she's a name, or is that just what anybody would make if they were on
No,
OnlyFans and
it's-
they were as good looking as she is?
It's because she's a name.
Okay.
And she really is very sexually endowed.
Okay. She was blessed.
All the right curves.
God
And-
gave her all the tools.
No, plastic surgeon gave her the tools.
Oh, okay. So
There's no way that booty's
okay,
real.
so she bought all the tools.
Yes.
Yes.
She
She's
made an
using-
investment
It
that is now
is.
paying back tenfold.
Okay. I guess if you're using it to make money, it is. Let me see a couple other call them out. Somebody said, I got to call out my HOA board of directors. He got super drunk and inappropriate at a community barbecue and then sexually propositioned me, my oldest sister, and my 16-year-old daughter. All within 30 minutes.
That's a banner day.
Wow. After all that, we have started a petition to get him fired.
This happens.
Yeah.
It happened in my community, I guess, a few board members ago, one of the guys that was president got all drunk and got all lippy and started popping off at the security guy up front at the guard gate.
Yeah.
And they have it all on video. They have it all recorded. He's like cursing and making a big ass of himself.
Do you get bounced off an HOA board if you get all drunk and inappropriate?
They voted him off.
Did they really?
They did. They were like,
Wow.
we think that you should resign, and somebody else, Bob over here, who
Yeah.
doesn't drink, is ready to take your spot.
Right. Sober Sam.
Sober Sam is
Wow.
gonna bump you right out.
Dang. Drank his way right off the HOA board.
You can't do that. If you get
Yeah.
all hammered and then you do really deplorable stuff,
Right.
come on.
Yeah.
You're the leader of the HOA.
Yeah.
Gotta hold it together.
Gotta set an example around here. This person said, yeah, I want to call out the cop who pulled me over. He only pulled me over because I'm banging his ex-wife. Now he's all jealous and taking it out on me.
Oh, that's juicy.
I want to put this on the public record because I know it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Oh, I wonder what town.
I do not know. How about that, huh?
That's messed up.
Dying. And this from Brandy. She put this on the app, said, I want to call out the woman at the Denny's this weekend who, when I called to change my delivery order, she hung up on me. Then I called back 7 to 8 times to get a hold of a manager, but she kept answering and then hanging up.
Oh, she was having none of you.
What the heck? That's crazy. All the Denny's? She said, thanks a lot for making my day that much harder. That's insane. And this column out says, I want to call out my local Mexican restaurant in Royal Palm. I know finding staff is a challenge, and thank you to those who show up in the service industry. Maybe, just maybe, try hiring people who speak English. I know it's Mexican cuisine, but you don't need to be that authentic. We live in America. I need to communicate with my server to avoid sounding like a bee when I send a dish back because your server didn't understand my initial request. English, America, period. Now,
I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah.
If you're in a Mexican restaurant
Right.
and it's being run by a Mexican family,
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
I have a different approach on that. I know some people are like, this is America, speak English. But look, first of all, it's a melting pot. English weren't necessarily the first here.
Maybe you didn't come here not knowing the language, but I guarantee your grandparents or their grandparents did.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, honestly, like things are moving a lot more Spanish in this country, especially if you're in South Florida, even if you're in Royal Palm and not Hialeah. It's just, I'm telling you, look, gringos, let me speak to all my gringos real quick. It is very handy to try to learn a little Spanish because I have been in situations in Miami where I didn't speak any Spanish then and they didn't speak any English, and it was really tough. And my car was trapped in a parking garage and the maintenance guy only spoke Spanish. And I'm like, car vroom vroom, gate no swingy, you know, I mean.
No swingo.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, so it's like, I'm like, it was that moment. I'm like, look, dude.
Hashtag Kev so white.
Yeah, just learn a little bit of Spanish to try to get you through and embrace it. It's a great language. I don't understand why people gotta make this stance and fight about it. It's just, look, times are changing, and you, I mean, are gonna wind up in a very authentic Mexican restaurant. Where you got to think about it. It's hard for gringos to learn Spanish if you don't have a lot of Spanish friends that you can speak the language with. It's the same for somebody that comes over here. They may only be in a Spanish-speaking
household.
Right, and they may
Yeah.
be trying to learn, but it's not easy to learn another language that fast.
And they may be just got here.
Yeah.
Like, do we have no sympathy for someone who maybe just moved here?
Yeah, so I'm on a different page now. I know they want to call out people if you don't speak English, but you know what, gringos, let's learn a little Spanish too.
Rocco was so excited because the other day we got in an Uber and our Uber driver only spoke Spanish. And
Okay.
Rocco was like, this is awesome. So he pulled out his phone and they have Google Translate.
Oh, yeah, right.
Any sentence you want to say,
Yeah.
you can say it into it and it will show you how to say it in Spanish. And also anything that somebody says to you, you can record that and it'll tell you what it is in English. Like,
Right. You can
if you have a
communicate now.
smartphone, you can communicate. There's no reason that you can't like work with people and be excited to have
Right.
the fun experience
Yeah.
like Rocco was.
I don't know why we gotta get upset about this.
We don't have to get upset.
But people wants to fight, cause some kind of
Not
problem.
today.
Okay.
Not today, Diablo.
Let me see. We got Skylar on here from Jensen Beach. She's got a quick call him out. Who you calling out today, Skylar?
The mean old lady in my neighborhood who called the actual police on me.
Why?
Because there was a sign that said no parking, and I parked there anyways. And it was in our neighborhood playground, and she didn't like that I was parked there, so she called the actual police on me. And I need Virginia's help with how to be passive aggressive.
Oh, you called the expert.
Yes. How far does this woman live from your house?
Far from me, but her backyard faces the little playground. And my son, who is 5, was driving his remote control car in the playground, and her little annoying little yappy dog didn't like it, and so the dog was barking. So I think she was really annoyed that her dog was barking.
Okay, this is like an episode of What Would Virginia Do?
Yes, please, I need you. What do I do?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if your houses at the back of your houses face each other, this is awesome. So you can
No. Her backyard
faces the playground.
Faces the playground.
Got it. Okay. So you continue to make lots of noise, continue to do things.
That was my plan.
Yeah. So
I love how
so
you're
many of
doling out great advice here.
your balls need to go in her yard on the reg. So many of your balls.
All right.
Soccer balls, volleyballs, basketballs, golf balls.
Yeah, and what are the loudest toys you could give your kids? You ever seen those like plastic trumpets they use at soccer matches?
I got
vuvuzelas?
I got a drum kit and a vuvuzela for you.
Yeah, do a kid marching band, maybe.
All right, I'm going to be as annoying as possible.
You should.
boy.
You
There you
should, because
go.
this is war.
Okay, all right.
This is, yeah.
Call the cops for a no parking area.
The actual police rolled up.
Wow.
Yeah. When are you writing your book, Virginia, on how to handle nasty neighbors?
How to hate your neighbor effectively.
You honestly, this could be a guidebook. People out there looking for the best way to troll your neighbors. Weren't you just throwing golf balls on the golf course to?
I was.
Okay. All right.
That's super fun. If you want to mess with golfers, when their ball lands, if it's anywhere around you, throw like 6 other balls all around their ball, and then just sit back and watch the mass confusion.
But I liked your idea of working at a few ping pong balls.
I did. I threw a few ping pong balls and they get pissed.
They all definitely hate Virginia.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, Jada Pinkett Smith was out for the first time over the weekend, her first public appearance since her husband slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. She went to support her friends from Grey's Anatomy, Shonda Rhimes, Debbie Allen. There was a gala at the Performing Arts Center in Los Angeles, so she was there supporting her friends. Fancy party. I thought it was interesting, too, because it sounds like Kodak Black is inserting himself into the whole situation. And he did it by kind of dissing Jada a little bit. And he said, Jada doesn't deserve Will because Will is too good of a guy for her, and kind of made it sound like she's the problem in the whole relationship.
Okay.
And then kind of shot his shot, too, and said, come hang out with a guy like me. I'd love to, show you how you should be treated because Will is too nice for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, some people have kind of taken that narrative here lately. Especially on the After the Show podcast on Friday, we were playing the audio where she was recording Will, and he had said, "I really don't want to," and she was like, "Lord, you can see why we got marital problems." Basically, is what she said. And just like, I'm just asking you not to record me on social media in my own house. Like, I want to be able to escape somewhere. And she was giving him a hard time.
It made her look like a bully with an agenda who had no care for his feelings. And, when the cameras are off, who knows how they speak to each other.
It's only one quick snapshot, but it wasn't a great look.
No. In other news here, I don't know if you saw this, but Julian Lennon, for the first time ever, sang his father, John Lennon's song Imagine.
Okay.
There was a benefit for Ukrainian refugees, and for the first time ever, he performed his dad's song, saying this song reflects the light at the end of the tunnel that we are all hoping for the Ukrainian people.
Okay.
That was a great cause. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
I got a couple interesting comments here. We were talking about the call out that we'd had. Somebody was upset that their Mexican restaurant in Royal Palm doesn't have English speakers. And look, I understand this is a very divisive issue. And I've got an opinion that a lot of people disagree with. You know, for me, I like to learn Spanish, and I think it's just fun to be able to know it and understand those conversations, a little bit of what people are saying, because that way gringos, you know when they're talking about you.
And, I mean, if you're in a Mexican restaurant and you want some authentic, real...
Yeah.
I mean, there's no more authenticity than the native tongue.
Right. And hey, look, honestly, I think in a perfect world, everybody's trying to learn a little bit about each other's language. But, you know, sometimes you just got here and you just don't have a grasp of it yet. It really makes a lot of people really upset. And I don't fully understand that. But
I don't either.
Yeah. Right. We're just, you know, we got different thoughts on it. A couple comments that came in. Somebody said, for those who don't know, English is not the official language of the USA. There is no official language here. If you want Mexican food, learn Spanish. And another text said, I disagree. I am an immigrant, and if an American moved to another country, they'll need to learn that country's language. The problem is that there are immigrants who move here and refuse to learn, and if everyone here accommodates them, it makes it even harder for them to learn. I had to leave Miami so I could learn English because everybody spoke Spanish, making it impossible for me to learn. And that is true. And that's what I was saying a second ago about some of the people that don't speak English. They just may not really have a place where they can learn it or practice it, you know?
But I think we should let everybody make their choice, you know? I mean, telling someone, you must learn English.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as easy for some people as it is for others.
Right.
And what if they just got here?
Sure. Yeah, that's true. So hopefully they do try to learn. I think that's the best thing for everybody. But all right, time for another round of Bueno o Malo. Good or bad here. You can maybe pick up a few select key words here in Spanish. Suits is the one getting to play Bueno o Malo today. How's your Espanol, Suits?
It's not great.
Bueno o Malo.
Not very good. I'd say mallow.
Malo. Malo y malo.
Malo. Okay. We have Oscar on the line here from Miami. Hello, Oscar.
Hey, buenos días.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? All right. How you doing here, Oscar?
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. Excited to be playing this game.
Okay. All right. You're going to help us out here. Now, I just sent you the text. I assume you have the things that we're offering up to Suits here today?
Yes, I did, sir.
Okay. All right. Oscar has got it in front of him. So, Oscar, you're going to list off. There's two options here. Will you tell Suits what option one is?
All right. So option one is, here we go. Es oscuro y es dulce. Y esta trufa caliente te llevará al éxtasis.
Mm-hmm. Suits, right?
Okay. I thought I heard like ecstasy or something in that. I don't know.
Suits, we're going to give you MDNA or whatever it is.
Number one.
You're going to be tripping balls on Molly.
Is that
How
good or
twisted
bad?
is this
I don't
game
know.
getting? I don't know. Maybe that is that's
It
that
depends
bueno.
what room you're in, Virginia. They could be like, yes, please.
I don't think we're allowed to give
No.
Suits Molly.
It
when
feels
do we
like
care
that might
about the
be wrong.
rules?
Yeah. Okay. And Oscar, what is option two here?
All right. So option two is, buena suerte para no tener arcadas con esas pequeñas salchichas viscosas que vienen en lata.
Okay.
I've got
Suits.
no clue.
Okay. Now, is there anything? Now, you heard on the first one, you're trying to pick out a word. And that's a lot of times what it is, you know. If
Well, I was hoping to catch one of those words that you kind of, it sounds a little more like an English word, but I didn't really hear much of that in there.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure I got much help that way.
Okay, let's hear it one more time if we could, Oscar.
See.
Suits is trying to dial in, which is the better option here. What's option one again?
All right. So here we go. Option one. Es oscuro y es dulce. Y esa trufa caliente te llevará al éxtasis.
That sounds like ecstasy.
Yep, we're giving you Molly.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. All right. That's option one. And Oscar, again, option two for Suits here in Bueno o Malo.
Here we go. Buena suerte para no tener arcadas con esas pequeñas salchichas viscosas que vienen en lata.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Salchichas viscosas. Suits, what are you feeling here? I mean, is there a word that made you want to choose one over the other?
Yeah.
Option 1 or option 2?
Ecstasy.
I feel like it's the only word that I'm picking up from either of these, and I'm not sure if that means that's a good thing or a bad thing.
That's just it. Okay.
Is it a trap?
That's the thing. Is this trickery? Because I don't know.
Ecstasy is what you heard. Do you think that's a good thing to go after, or is that a bad thing to
I've
go
watched
after?
so many people go through this with their gut and then pick the wrong one. This is the only thing about being last in all these games. I get to watch the suffering build up for 5 weeks while you all do it.
Every week, this kicks Bird in the shorts.
Yeah. Pequeñas salchichas, possibly? What are you feeling?
I think I feel like the ecstasy is a trick. I think I'm going to go with option 2.
Okay. All right.
Option 2.
Okay.
Let's get the blindfold on Suits here. He's chose option 2.
Oh man, I hope
And
this is good.
Bueno Malo, did he choose what is bueno or did he choose what is malo? Good or bad here? Okay, Suits, you're going to have something that is going to go into your mouth here in a second. Is it something that's going to give you ecstasis, or is it going to be pequeñas salchichas?
Oh, I'm so nervous right now.
What
You
is the
should
better
be.
option? Okay, all right. Go on ahead and
Okay.
feed baby Suits over there.
Here comes the airplane. Open up.
Yeah. Here's what you got, and you have. All right, what you thinking? All right, he's recoiling back. Oh, he gagged. Uh-oh. That's not ecstasis.
He's gonna blow.
You feel like you chose mallow? Oh, boy. Oh, poor Suits. Oh, man, that went right in his hand. Oh,
Did he
good
just
Lord.
Ralph in
He
his
wrapped in
hand?
his hand and then threw it in the garbage can.
I forgot to bring the garbage over here beforehand. You think I know by now?
That was so gnarly.
Oh my God, what was that?
Oh, my God. Suits.
It was cold Vienna sausages from a can.
Oh, yeah.
What was the other option?
The first option was it's dark and it's sweet and this warm truffle will bring you to ecstasy.
It was a chocolate
A
truffle.
chocolate truffle would have been the first option, and the other one said, good luck not gagging on these slimy little sausages that come in a can.
Well, I did need the good luck.
Yeah.
Whew, I should have went with the ecstasy.
Ecstasy always, hey, see, you learned ecstasis is something good.
Now I know.
Very nice. Oscar, thank you very much for helping us out today, bud.
Oh, I still got like pieces stuck on.
Not a problem. Take care, guys.
You
Okay.
too.
You too, man. Very, very nice on that. Okay, see, we're learning. It's educational.
You might need to go wash your hand.
That's exactly
That
where I'm going.
sausage looks so gnarly.
Oh my
by
God,
the
that's
way.
like
oh
it
my
looked like cat
gosh.
food when it.
Oh, and it stinks.
Cats might not eat that.
Oh,
I don't
it
think they would.
Smells so bad. Okay, Virginia, if you could have your own convention, what exactly would that convention look like, and then who would be there?
I would call it Get in the Bushes Con.
Oh, you would? Okay.
Yeah.
This is yours. Okay.
Teaching women how to effectively spy and see what the hell's really going on.
Uh-huh. Okay, how to bust a cheating man.
We would have all kinds of experts from the field of like espionage and spy work.
Yeah, okay.
We would have all the latest gadgets used to figure out what's going on, spy cams,
Okay.
microphones in a pen, all that.
You imagine how crazy everybody at your convention is going to be?
Yes.
Oh, my
My
gosh.
people.
Oh, my gosh. That'd be insane. I wonder which convention Bird would do. Maybe Denny's can get him on the phone here in a second.
Well, he wants to do the Bigfoot one up
Yeah.
in your hometown.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what he'd want to do most, because Bigfoot would be good for him. Pizza would be good for him. And then I know he's going to be going to that Comic-Con that's coming up where they've got some people from Cobra Kai are going to be on. I think it's in Orlando here before too long. So I'm wondering which one he would like the most. I think if I had to do my own convention, I love football most. And one of the cool things I'd done was I did this cruise with my favorite little football team. They do a Buckeye cruise, and they did it out of Fort Lauderdale. They've got all these former players, and they do autograph sessions and all that. So to me, that would be awesome to do something that had football, and you had football greats, and you just kind of got to go around. They do some things like that. I think also music would be awesome too. If they did either a hair band or like an alternative music convention. How cool would that be? Where you could just go around and see people, and you could go to sessions and listen to them talking about, stuff like that. And I know they do a lot of cruises like that, but how great would that convention be?
The behind the scenes stories that you never knew.
I mean, imagine that you would go in and like, okay, today's a Foo Fighter session. And they would sit and, do a Q&A and talk and all that stuff. And then you'd have live music at night. How great would that convention be?
They have that with wrestling. When WrestleMania came to Miami Beach, Panda wanted to go down there a day early and go to the convention center and see, like, they fill a whole expo center and they do talks. They do little mini, little shows and performances and exhibitions. It's all the stuff that happened, like, behind the scenes. The older wrestlers, just like the older rockers, have great stories that you'd love to hear that maybe they've never told before.
And these things do so well. It doesn't feel like they've gone as far as they could when it comes to the convention circuit. And in South Florida, we got great convention centers and places that you could hold this kind of stuff that it feels like they really could and should do more. I mean, look how popular the Comic-Cons are.
And I mean, what's Warrant doing?
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
They're just sitting around.
We get Warrant. We get
for the next
Slayer.
state fair.
We get Rat.
Yeah,
all of them.
I would love it. I would totally go.
I know you would.
But they would all be in one place.
You'd be hosting it.
Oh my! I should host it. That'd be amazing. Denny's, yours would be about weed, right? Oh yeah, yeah.
Is there a weed con?
That is a good question. I don't know.
That would be massively attended.
Oh, I would think so too. Where you could get all the latest.
You get Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Get Willie Nelson.
Yeah. Do they do a weed con?
I haven't seen a con, but they seem to be attached a lot to festivals, where they'll have a festival and marijuana is kind of the theme of the festival. In which case, I don't know how they're doing this, but they sell like every drug there is out there.
Really?
Yeah, the vendors. Like people
No way.
open up their own things.
Like shrooms or no?
Shrooms?
No
Yeah.
way.
Everything you think of. DMT. They have everything.
What's DMT?
A heavy it causes hallucinations. Yeah, they have all this stuff. I mean, clearly it's not sanctioned, but they do it anyway. But so yeah, even that, they'll pass out joints. They pass out. You can take bong rips. I don't know how they're allowing this stuff, but
wow.
But yeah, I've seen it at festivals. They have everything you can imagine.
How about that? Okay.
So, but I haven't seen a convention because I wonder if you're indoors at a convention center, there's probably some sort of law against having drugs in there.
It's looser at a music festival.
When you have a festival, you just have a row of vendors.
Right.
Yeah, I'd like to know because to me it makes a lot of sense. I'm just seeing the success of any of these conventions that they're doing, and they all seem to be really well attended. And it doesn't seem like they've even started to scratch the surface on all the different conventions they could do.
Totally.
It just feels like there's a lot more left on the table they could do.
I thought there were so many ideas, and one of the bigger ones, that Santa Con. How did that become a con that out cons other cons,
Is that an actual convention, or is that just where they run around and do bar hopping?
I think they get everybody together. They meet at one place.
Okay.
I thought it was a convention where they all meet, and then I think they all turn it up.
Oh, really? It might be.
Post
I
Santa
didn't know
Con.
about the convention part. Suits, would yours be cruising or NASCAR or both? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I figured his would. And I mean, do they do a convention for either one of those? I think about if they did a cruise convention down here.
Yeah.
And you had all the cruise people that were out there, and they were showing you what the cabins look like and all that kind of stuff. Do they do a cruise con, Suits?
I actually don't think they do.
Huh.
Which you think they would. It's probably something for travel agents that they do, but I don't think there's a real mainstream cruise convention.
For just people, for just regular consumers.
Not that I'm aware of.
When I started thinking about all the different cons they could do, I was wondering, why do they not do that? Is there a reason? Because it seems like it would be huge, right?
Yes.
And I know it's all kind of a nerdy thing, and you don't care unless you love that thing, but there's so many niche loves that people have.
Totally.
I mean, the way people love Pokemon and anime and all that stuff. Do they do anime cons?
Oh, yeah. Those they definitely do. I have a few people who are really into that on my Facebook that I always see going to those in Miami and Tampa. They're huge, those conventions.
Right, and they're massively packed, right?
It's kind of like with podcasting. There's a niche audience for everything. I feel like if you can just get that niche audience, you're going to have a good crowd regardless of what it is.
Yeah, they do have a podcast convention. I think they got a few of those. So, yeah, I was just kind of curious. If you had an idea, what would you pitch for your own convention, and then who would you invite?
You can only pick one, Suits. You get to go to the NASCAR convention or the cruising convention.
probably do NASCAR. I'd like to meet some of those drivers and talk to them. I think that'd be a really cool experience.
I love that video from over the weekend of two of those drivers fighting right when the race was over, like right there in pit row.
Yeah, that one was going viral over the weekend.
Oh, I
like,
love
the
it.
one guy who doesn't take his helmet off.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, take your helmet off before you go and start fighting someone, you know?
The guy who didn't take his helmet off was cleaning the clock of the guy that did.
Oh, yeah. Well, he goes over there and initiates it after driving like a jerk the last few weeks. Clearly, I got an opinion on this.
Okay.
And these guys didn't like each other before, is that?
Yeah, so they're in the up-and-coming series, and they've had some issues in the past, but the driver who initiated it in the Monster Energy, Ty Gibbs, he's been getting into guys week after week and being like, well, it's just racing, and then somebody bumps him out of the way, and he throws a hissy fit and doesn't even take his helmet off and gets into a fight with this guy. Like, I don't know.
Why would you get in a fist fight with anyone wearing a helmet?
I don't. Yeah, it was not a good move. You are going to get your ass kicked.
Seems like you're already at a slight disadvantage.
Well, the guy in the helmet did throw the first punch.
He did. And then he threw about 3 quick in succession after that. And the other guy was just kind of like, whoa.
He got him like in a headlock, and they both went down.
It was good. It was good.
It was entertaining.
I like an unexpected brawl.
Yeah, I didn't expect that, honestly. They were both going for a $100,000 bonus, and they got together coming off the final turn, so there was a lot on the line there, and they were furious with each other. But it's always exciting. I love that stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, you got an idea for a convention. What would you put together? 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Call or text the KVJ Show. Talking about what convention would you put on and who would your guest be if you could do one? Somebody had a great idea for you, Virginia. They thought maybe you'd be great at a witches convention. You could host that. It might be a lot of fun.
I have much to learn about witchery.
Yeah, so maybe you need to attend.
I'm a new witch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jay Bird's just given me that moniker in the past couple of years, so I really need to get up on my witchiness.
Mm-hmm. Well, we all kind of had our own favorite, what kind of convention we would put together. Bird, I was kind of curious, what would you put together? Because you got a lot of options. I could see you doing maybe like a weird and whatever kind of convention or a pizza convention. What do you think you would go with, Bird?
Oh my gosh, I would love to go with the pizza convention. I've been wanting to do that pizza fest for so long. I think I could really make a pizza convention pop.
Yeah.
A sauce convention of all different sauces.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you could also do a cheese convention. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot you could do.
Okay. I figured you'd have a couple opinions there.
I haven't talked to a human in over 24 hours, so it's just nice to talk to somebody.
How you feeling?
I'm not feeling that good.
Uh-oh. Did your COVID test show up yet?
No, it hasn't got here yet. I'm kind of annoyed.
We have some here in the studio if you want me to drop one off on my way home.
Yeah, you might have it quicker here than
Who's supposed to be dropping it off to you?
my family member.
They're slacking.
She's going to do whatever she
Call them
can.
and shame them.
Yeah, she just wants to call him out right now.
I mean, the man needs to know, does he got the COVID or not?
Oh gosh, I do not want the vid.
What are your symptoms? You said you had a fever?
I have a fever and I have a sore throat.
Oh boy, that's COVID.
I kind of got bad allergies.
That was what Denny's was saying that there are a lot of people that were going in. The doctor was telling them bad allergies, and it was kind of like COVID symptoms, though. But that's what they were saying.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Odd.
Terrible. And the allergies are giving the headache and the nose and I look like I've been snorting meth. My eyes look terrible. I look terrible right now.
Have you been hanging out with any new strange women that gave you the funk?
No, I have not, Virginia, to be quite honest with you.
All right, well, maybe you should.
Okay. Well, Denny's was talking about the weed conventions that they have. And
at music festivals.
Yeah, music festivals.
You can just go and buy any kind of drugs.
Right.
It's crazy.
And they do have some crazy stuff. I know we're talking about that ayahuasca that I guess gets you pretty violently ill, but then apparently it opens up your mind.
Yes, my girlfriend did it. She went to like Colombia or someplace and did it out in the desert in a tent with other people, and they were all tripping balls.
No thanks.
No thanks.
No.
You know, I just talked to two people. They said they went to a festival. It was down in Florida. It was down south, and they said they had tables and booths where they were selling legit illegal drugs. Where they were wrapped, and they had signs there, and clearly it wasn't legal. But they said there were all kinds of drugs available, and it was out in the open.
Wow.
Like it was a market.
That's crazy. I didn't think you could do that, but I mean, I guess if it's loose.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, I don't. It's weird. Who's regulating these things? And you were talking about a friend of yours is going to be doing bufo-toad medicine.
Yeah, have you heard of this, Jay Bird? So the bufo-toad, which if you have a dog in South Florida, you know bufo-toads are poisonous. And if your dog bites a bufo-toad, your dog could die. Well, now there are people that are, my friend, he's doing this like next weekend. He's going out to Santa Fe, and they take the bufo-toad and they cook it, and then you eat it.
You
and
eat
then
the toad?
You eat the toad, or like a tea they make from the toad water.
Oh my gosh!
Which sounds disgusting.
Yeah,
and then you
I
just
have
trip.
heard of this.
You trip balls.
Yeah, I kind of feel like are we a little too bored as humans?
I mean, what the heck? It says here, you gave me the description. It says, an effective session can result in movement of suppressed energies and generate a variety of feelings like opening up, letting go, healing, remembering, reunification, trust, love, and bliss is what they're setting there.
Apparently, you like go to this weird evolved state in your brain, and you can cry, you can like scream it out, you can just like have all these emotions, and then after it like opens this area of your brain where you're able to start anew and open a new chapter of your
Gosh,
life.
I do not know.
It sounds like
Oh.
too trippy for me.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I can get all that done with half a bottle of Jameson.
Yeah, right. I don't need to go lick a toad or drink toad tea or whatever it is.
It's not cheap either.
I could open up and cry on Jameson.
Yeah. I think the one I saw in the email you'd sent me, they recommend a $300 donation. Is that
$300 for going in there, and I guess they give you this frog tea, and then they hang out with you and watch you.
That's crazy.
And make sure you don't jump off a balcony or something.
Oh my gosh. No thanks.
Horrifying.
Yeah, that is kind of horrifying. So let me know if he's going this coming weekend.
He's going this coming weekend. If anybody listening has done it, what happened? What did you do? Was it worth it? Did it open your brain to new exciting possibilities in your life? Was your mind holding you back?
You start eating flies. Yeah. What happens?
Do you start like ending every sentence with a ribbit?
Ribbit. I don't know.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
It's kind of a bizarre story. There's an Amazon package that arrived, and it was for an 18-year-old girl, but apparently Pops intercepted the item and was curious what this strap-on device was that his daughter had received.
That's not good.
Yeah, and apparently the daughter was not real happy that Dad had gone through her package. And so apparently she started to kick and punch him several times in the face.
What the
for
hell?
doing this. Yes. This all went down in Vero Beach. The teen reportedly told her father, "I'm going to kill you and I hate you."
Oh my gosh.
And when the police showed up, the victim, the dad, had some visible bruising on his right cheek. Asked if she had previously assaulted or battered him, he said yes.
Oh my gosh.
She was arrested for domestic battery, a misdemeanor, for beating Pops about the face and neck.
What was the strappy device?
Well, you can pretty much, I think, fill in that final word.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts with a D. Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's just awkward and tough all the way around,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
I feel bad for everybody.
Oh my gosh, it's just bad, bad, bad.
Ugh.
Deputies found a live baby gator inside a truck during a traffic stop in Collier County. They found a lot of other interesting things as well.
It's a pet, Kev. It's a pet.
Well, they saw this dude, and looking at his mugshot, he just already looked shady, but they already knew him because every time they see him, he's doing something illegal.
Sometimes it is a look.
Yeah, it was a look, and they knew, like, let's just see what he's up to today. And sure enough, he had a bunch of illegal firearms in the vehicle, along with the baby gator, and then, of course, he's just loaded with meth. Everything you would expect. So, yeah, the wildlife officials took control of the gator, and he's facing 2 counts of carrying a concealed firearm and possession of a controlled substance.
Those are not my guns and drugs. Those belong to the gator.
It's the gators. Don't blame me. There's a woman that got arrested in St. Pete for domestic battery after she scratched her girlfriend in the face with the couple's cat.
Oh, using a cat claw as a weapon?
Yeah, I guess what happened was they got into an argument, so she grabbed the cat and held it up to her girlfriend's face, and the cat started going, wah, wah, doing the fighting for her.
Wow.
They say the girlfriend got multiple lacerations from
It's very
the
creative.
cat. Yeah, well, I guess the cat got a little distressed and started to just swing its claws around.
Oh, my.
And the woman was arrested for domestic battery and assault with an attacked cat. So, that's just crazy. Who would ever think to use the cat as a weapon?
I mean, it's kind of undercover brilliant, but it could also go both ways. What if the cat turns on you?
Yeah, it's a
Because
chance
you're
you take.
holding the cat. If the cat's able to flip himself around,
That's a chance you take, Virginia.
you could get your butt kicked by the cat and the girl.
Yeah. Uh-huh. There's a guy who works as the Easter Bunny at a mall in Illinois who wound up assaulting a police officer.
Oh, my.
Oh, man.
You know it's gone wrong.
Yeah. And apparently they had to tase the Easter Bunny.
I hope there were kids there to saw it happen.
No, unfortunately. And the only other problem, too, apparently he wasn't in his costume at the moment. So I think he had left and got into his fight, unfortunately. Because could you just imagine? Happy Easter and they're tasing the bunny.
It's about that time, you know.
It is, yeah.
Easter is this weekend.
Yeah.
I've got my bunny costume, so
Oh, yeah.
you have been warned.
Okay, Virginia's going to be out bunnying people. There's a JetBlue flight out of Cancun last Friday. They made several attempts to land at JFK in bad weather, and they finally diverted it to Newark. But I guess the passengers that were on there were like, hey, they're like, all right, we're going to take off now and get you over to JFK. And apparently the people on the plane started to revolt and say, get us off the plane. I'm not going back up in the air.
I saw this video. Everybody on the plane is turning on the flight crew.
Oh, yeah, it got ugly.
Officer, my kids are panicking. People are sick back there. We gotta get off this plane. We tried to land 4 times already. It's dangerous. We're scared to fly. We want to get off. We're 6 hours. It's a 3-hour flight. It's not your fault. It's not their fault. We just want to get off. It's our life. I'm sorry. People are sick back there. People are fainting. People are throwing up. A little respect for human beings. How long can we sit on this crap?
It's not just one person.
Everybody wants to get off.
Everybody on the plane does not want to get off.
Everybody wants to get off. I want to get off.
Wow.
What did they do? If the whole plane wants to get off the plane, do they let you off the plane?
I would think you'd have to. I mean, look, they have a right to go where they want to go, right? If somebody's on there, you can't hold them against their will, especially they seem to have good reason. They said, hey, look, we don't want to go back out there. This weather's not good for this. We don't want to mess this up.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard.
No, usually you have like 1 or 2 squirrely people and they're usually off their rocker. But when the whole plane is in agreement that they don't want to go back up in the air and you're on the ground, I mean, let them off the plane if they want off.
Yeah, you would think so.
But maybe that becomes a nightmare for the gate crew and they're not ready to handle all those people in there complaining.
Yeah, maybe.
Ugh, what a mess.
Well, at the Barrett-Jackson car auction over the weekend at the South Florida Fairgrounds, had some celebrities there. Sylvester Stallone in attendance. The
Fancy.
Governor Ron DeSantis was out there as well. And they also made news, too, because they sold the first C8 Chevrolet Corvette Z06 convertible. I guess that's how you say it. I'm not a car person, but it went for $1 million. And they say the money's going to be donated to the Thurgood Marshall College Fund.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all for a good cause. I remember I was out there. They gave me a tour. I think they said it's like $1 billion worth of cars they have on that lot.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? So that was one of the big things going on in South Florida over the weekend. All right, we got some real and fake headlines that you would hear in the Whacked Out News. Can you tell which one is which here? We'll start with you, Virginia. What do you think, real or fake headline? Florida woman passes gas, then pulls knife on the offended man. So she basically farted, and then when somebody called her out, she pulled a knife on him.
I love this lady's style. And I use the term lady loosely.
Yes, okay.
This is my kind of girl. Is she wanting to hang out this weekend? That's real.
Okay. You're going to say that is a real story? That is a real story, yeah. Wow. I think it happened in a Dollar General, if I remember right. That was in Whacked Out News.
Go.
Yeah. That's pretty gnarly, huh?
I would love to see the mug shot. I mean, just the follow-up.
There was one, yeah. I vaguely remember what she looks like.
I want to do the first post-prison interview with her. Where was your head at?
Yeah, that's a legit one. Okay, Denny's, what do you think? Is this a real or a fake headline? Did this story really happen? Florida couple goes blind after competing in a staring contest involving the sun.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. What do you think about that? Is that real or fake?
That's got to be fake, right? There's no one that would sanction this.
Okay, no one that would sanction this.
Well, because, I mean, it's been we've known for a long time that the sun's going to make you blind if you stay at it.
But, I mean, stupid people are all around us.
You're right. I'm going to stick with my guns and say fake. There's no way that could be real.
That one's fake, yep. You're right.
I was going to say.
Thankfully. Okay, Virginia, what do you think about this real or fake headline here? Florida family takes dead grandfather out for his birthday 24 hours after he passed.
I mean, I get it. If Pawpaw liked to go out for his birthday.
Yeah.
A little weekend at Bernie's on Pawpaw.
One last ride. Come on, Pops. What do you think, real or fake?
I'm going to say real.
Gonna go real on that? No, that one is fake, unfortunately.
I'd be so shocked.
Yeah.
There was just a funeral for a rapper who had passed away from gun violence, and they took him to the club after the funeral and literally hung him on the wall.
Wow.
Put a crown on his head, sunglasses on his eyes, and everybody's in the club.
That's crazy.
There's pictures on TMZ. I was looking at it. I'm like, I can't believe it. But he was up there for like a couple hours.
They did. He propped his dead ass up and then had to party.
Yeah, partied all around him. And his mother and sister are on TMZ doubling down that this was how he would have wanted it.
Well, I don't doubt that's what he wanted. I just
Is it still something you should do?
Yeah,
Is it legal?
There should be a filter somewhere.
Yeah, and he looked very dead, too.
He did.
Yeah, it was really
How could you party around that?
He looked dead AF.
Yeah, he did.
The club said they had no idea. They thought it was a mannequin. The club didn't realize it was the dead guy.
Okay.
And the club afterwards is like, really? That was the dead guy?
Just wait, that story's going to probably be in the real or fake headline game soon.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think about this, Denny's? Florida store owner says, don't warm urine in my microwave.
Somebody came in to warm urine?
Yeah.
I can see that when people are trying to pass a drug test.
They were, yeah.
If it's a strip mall.
Yeah, so what do you think? Did that really happen, yes or no?
That had to have happened. I could see that happening. I know at the bathrooms at gas stations, I'm sure there's a lot of drug tests being faked there.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That did happen. That was in Jacksonville. And by the way, the girl who pulled the knife on the guy, called her out for farting, that was in Dania Beach.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was a legit story as well.
Imagine getting farted on and then attacked afterwards.
Right. It's like, girl, did you just fart and pulls out a blade?
Yeah,
You're like, all right.
You won't be calling out no farting chicks anymore.
Never.
No. All right, what about this, Virginia? Real or fake? Man offered $3 and chicken dinner for intimacy. How about that? I don't know what's better, $3 or a chicken dinner.
Old-fashioned barter system.
Yeah, kind of it.
I mean, that feels very on brand for Florida.
Yeah, it
I'm
does.
going real.
You're going to go real on that? That is a real story.
Felt real.
Yeah, that is definitely a real one there.
And who's offering? Because that's kind of a good deal.
That's a fantastic deal.
Yeah.
Me and Denny's are going to take it.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think about this, Denny's? Real or fake headline? Monkey clings to Pasco man's chest during stolen vehicle arrest.
Oh, poor monkey.
Poor monkey indeed.
Is that real or fake?
I'm gonna say fake, just 'cause I hope it's fake.
Okay, no, that one is real.
Damn.
That one is legit.
Traumatized my monkey.
Okay, next up, what do you think about this, Virginia? Real or fake headline? Police stop wedding with man and raccoon as onlookers express disappointment.
Wait, the man was marrying a raccoon?
I guess the man was marrying a raccoon, and the police shut it down, and the people at the wedding got all upset because they wanted it to happen.
The cops always standing in the way of love.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
I know. What do you think?
Oh, I hope that's real. Please, come on, real.
Gotta go real? No, that one's fake.
That'd be the best.
That one's fake, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Yeah. Okay, Denny's, how about this? Several arrested in orgy bounce house at Florida burger joint.
Oh, wow. There's a lot in there.
Was the bounce house originally meant for the kids? And the swingers took it over?
I think so.
Commandeered.
It doesn't say swingers, but apparently somebody got an orgy going on there. Who knows what was going on?
Gosh.
Is that real or fake, Denny's? What do you think?
I'm gonna say fake. I hope that's fake.
That one is fake, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say. And kids always barf in those things. It'd be the worst to try to have an orgy.
So
in there.
gnarly. Yeah. Okay, Virginia, final one here. Real or fake headline. Florida woman hides in woods from deputies found with glass pipe in privates, officials say.
Now, this one feels like Florida. I mean, yeah, that's got to be true.
Okay, you're going to go real on that? That is true.
Oh, man.
Very nice. All right, Virginia.
That's not how you smoke it, lady.
Finishing with a 3 out of 5. Denny's, you get the win if you get this one correct.
No pressure.
Yes.
Real or fake headline. Florida lawyer throws oranges at judge, spends the night in jail. Real or fake? Chucking oranges at the judge.
I'm gonna say that's real. We're in the Sunshine State.
Yeah, make a lot of orange
There's
juice.
plenty of orange juice down here.
Denny's for the win.
Oh, it just felt like it could be real.
Yeah, that one is fake, unfortunately.
Kevin Trickery.
Tricking me with oranges.
Actually, that's Bird. Bird got you on that.
Oh.
Bird writing them up. Well, if your Monday's starting off a little bit rough, I know it seems like all the bad things just seem to happen early morning on a Monday when you're trying to kind of get back into the groove and you're not really feeling it. You're trying to rev it back up. So it's a good time maybe to get into the office and take a look at the F My Life website that is up there. You can feel a little bit better by hearing other people's awful things that are happening to them in life. Somebody had posted up there and they said, today I walked into a job interview, then it turned around and walked back out again. The interviewer was a one-night stand that ended very badly months ago, and she remembered me. I could see in her face that the interview was pointless, so I just saved us both the time.
Cut your losses.
Oh, hey, it's you. Okay. Well,
Oh.
they just turned right around and just walked right back out.
Peace.
Okay, yeah, that's not going to go well. Somebody else posted up that said, today I found out that my fiance has been cheating on me for the past month. The lady he has been seeing is a choreographer that was teaching him how to dance salsa for our wedding rehearsal. Whoa.
That sucks.
That does suck.
Well, better you find out now than after you marry him.
No, you're right. You're right. Somebody on the FML site said, apparently when you tell a hairdresser a little off the sides, they hear, oh, a bowl cut, please, and they make it look extra stupid. Yeah, that's tough. Somebody else posted up, they said, today, according to a wild Karen, I shouldn't be allowed to use a handicapped space because I don't look disabled. I mean, sure, I got a prosthetic leg, but I look normal, so I'm not allowed. Hey, you'd be like, really?
That's when you are perfectly within your legal rights to take off your prosthetic leg and hit them with it.
Just bap him over the head.
Just knock them on the noggin.
Yeah. Somebody else said, today my girlfriend was swiping on Tinder and came across my active profile before confronting me. But yet I'm not really sure who's more in the wrong here.
Yeah, why is she on Tinder?
Yeah, you've got the profile, but she's on there looking.
Both of y'all are up to no good.
Break up. That's not the right segment. From the F My Life website, somebody said, I would understand if my mom left the stove a bit greasy after cooking because it's too hot to wipe down right away. What she actually does is she leaves the stove hairy. FML.
Ooh.
Okay. Do you have that where you've had somebody that prepares your food that sheds? But it's in a home, so, they're not really wearing a standard hairnet, but yet you just always know. My wife, she is always, the hair is fine. Every time she cooks, it's guaranteed you have at least one Mexican queen hair coming out in your food. And you're just like, you don't want to say anything because, she is cooking for you, but at the same time, I don't like eating hair, so I'm kind of torn.
She should do what I do. You have to keep ponytail holders in the kitchen.
Okay.
So before you go to prepare any food for yourself or anybody in the family, take your hair, tie it up, put it in a ponytail. You don't want to be that mom that serves hair chicken.
Yeah, and some do. So, yeah, just kind of a note to moms out there. Somebody else going through it, they said, today I saw an elderly man fall in a crosswalk, so I jumped off my bike to go help.
Oh, my gosh.
Then as I helped him across the street, the light turned green. So I thought I was going to die, but then I turned back around in a panic and watch across 6 lanes while somebody steals my bike. FML.
Oh,
That's a tough round. That is a tough round. All right. Well, there you go. Hopefully you feel a little bit better about yourself. Go check the F My Life website if you need a little pick-me-up. That's, I guess, a good little PSA if thinking about being a cam girl. Got this email that came in. Says, I heard Virginia talking about Larsa Pippen and how she makes $10,000 a month being a cam girl.
No, she said she makes $10,000 a day.
A day?
Yeah, that's why it was so staggering. She said it on The Real Housewives of Miami that just rebooted on Bravo. They just brought it back to Bravo. And people were like, really?
Wow, okay. Because she heard a month, and she's even saying $10,000 a month isn't even the norm.
Yeah, no, Larsa is definitely one of the top earners.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she's entirely being honest about that number. $10,000 a day seems like insanity, but what do I know?
Well, it'd be interesting to see because, what happens with any of these fields. I know podcasting has been that way where everybody's like, I'm going to have a podcast. I'm going to make so much money and I'm going to be the next Joe Rogan. It's like, well, okay, maybe you will be, but you have a better chance of being an NFL quarterback. I mean, it's just not realistic. That you just drop into it and, you're going to be super famous. And I'm just wondering, it sounds like with this email, she's kind of saying the same thing about the cam girl stuff, that so many people are thinking free, easy money and it's going to be a lot and fast and there's really no downside to it. And so she's like, hey, I too heard all the stories about how much money that I could make and I decided to give it a try. And I started by doing solo videos, but I wasn't making much money doing that. So then I did a few with a guy, and that made a little bit more money, but not as much as I still was hoping. So I finally said, all right, I got to go all in. And I did one with a girl and a guy.
Oh, my.
But then, it just wasn't sustaining itself. And after realizing that being a cam girl wasn't going to pay all my bills, I decided to go back to the bank teller job that I had before. Well, 2 months into being back as a bank teller, a new guy comes up and says, I know who you are, but don't worry, I won't tell anyone. But then 3 days later, I get fired for coming in 10 minutes late, which really wasn't that big of a deal.
Huh.
She said, I then got another job at another bank, and again, a customer recognized me, and he put it all over his Facebook that the girl at his bank is a porn star. Well, a day later then, I'm in my boss's office, and she says, hey, look, we did find this video. We don't care, but can you take it down? And I said, look, that wasn't my post. I've already taken it down, but it's the internet, and things last forever, and people save it, and they keep reposting it now. So I can't get rid of it. So if somebody wants to find it, they will find my videos. So the lesson, I guess, for everybody out there is that being a cam girl does have a big downside. I know it seems like easy money and fun and flattering, and yes, it's all of those, but it's not worth it. It'll follow you for years, if not the rest of your life.
And the thing is, too, if you don't have a big social media following like a Larsa Pippen, you're not going to be able to reach the masses. She makes all that money because she already had millions of followers from being with Scottie Pippen for so long. And then through the Kardashians, she was hanging out with the Kardashians for a while. Something happened there. I don't know what. They don't hang out anymore. But all of that gave her notoriety. She had the millions and millions of followers before she started doing OnlyFans, and she's not doing like this chick is doing. She's not doing sex scenes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just wonder, what is the real story on the other side of it? Because it does sound like, it's great. You always hear the rosy side of it, and then you get the truth about this saying, hey, look, if you ever want to get back into just a regular job, it's amazing how much people will then recognize you, and it does kind of follow you around. So
That sucks.
yeah, that does kind of suck.
And you
So.
didn't make a lot of money doing a cam girl
Right.
thing.
Jaybird is out today. He has a fever, doesn't exactly know what's going on with himself. So he's going to try to do one of these COVID tests, figure out if that's it. But I don't know. We have these ones in the boxes here. But
I
then,
know.
But then people are like saying, those things aren't accurate. They don't work. And can't do them. They found out that none of them work. So it's like, I don't know.
None of them work?
I don't know. That's what people have been hitting us up with. Yeah, you
Well,
can't
remember,
trust it.
We wanted COVID tests and nobody had any.
Yeah.
And now we don't need them as much and everybody's got one, but they're saying they don't work.
Yeah, these are the government ones, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay,
hot
so
mess.
I mean, if we can't trust that, I don't know. To me, what are you gonna do?
I'll go drop that off on his doorstep.
Okay.
And, I think there's 2 tests in there, so he can take both of them.
Okay. People are saying that the flu is going around too.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I think it
there's just
always is,
all
right?
kinds of- yeah, I
Fuck.
guess. Well, I mean, but it does have its special time. So, and apparently that's going on right now. So, yeah, Bird is laying low today, just kind of resting up, and hopefully he'll be able to break that fever and come back in tomorrow.
Till we figure out what he has. We don't want him coming here and getting everybody sick.
Yeah, I know. I guess we'll have to see. I want to get his take, too, on this new DiGiorno cinnamon roll pizza. Have you heard this?
No. Oh, it sounds just his speed.
Yeah, they're doing 3 breakfast pizzas with a croissant crust, including a cinnamon roll version.
Croissant is such a fun, flaky pastry.
It is kind of a good concept. I mean, people love pizza so much. I mean, it feels like they haven't done enough with the breakfast pizza.
I agree.
Well, don't you think they could and should be doing more breakfast pizzas?
I love an eggy, cheesy, saucy pizza.
Yeah. So DiGiorno is going to be doing stuff that you can make at home. And then also on the breakfast front, I don't know if you heard this, but IHOP just added a new cheeseburger omelet that's topped with ketchup and mustard. Does that sound good?
No.
Cheeseburger omelet.
If you put ketchup on anything that I have, I'm going to fight you.
There's a lot of people that love ketchup on eggs. I do. I think I can do that. It's great. But I mean, mustard?
No, thanks.
I don't know.
Mustard is gross on eggs, too.
I don't know. I'm actually kind of oddly curious. It doesn't sound like it would be good, but there's a chance, Virginia.
Cheeseburger omelet, hold the mustard, hold the ketchup, I'm into.
Okay.
I think a cheeseburger omelet could be delicious.
Okay. So that's what I'm sure you could get him to hold the ketchup. And
Totally,
mustard.
yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm kind of in. All right, so filling in for Jaybird, Denny's will give us a thought for the day coming up here in just a bit. Also, wanted to do a quick shout out to Randy, who's coming on in just 20 minutes, having a birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
So happy birthday to Randy there. So she's going to be with you coming up here on 97.9 WRMF. No word on whether Jaybird was right in seeing Tom Brady going into Tijuana Flats on Saturday.
We have not got it confirmed that
Yeah.
he was walking from a furniture store into Tijuana Flats with another man, a large man.
Yeah.
Could have been a bodyguard.
Yeah, he swear he saw Tom Brady. I have heard word, though, we've got a lot of eyewitness accounts that he might have been on Palm Beach walking around Worth Avenue on Friday night, so that's one that sounds a little bit more plausible than a Tijuana Flats. Gordon Ramsay was at Benny's on the Beach, on Lake Worth Beach.
Fabulous. Congratulations,
Yeah.
Chef Jeremy and the group.
Yeah, that is nice. In fact, Melissa said that he told them it was some of the best key lime pie he's ever had.
They kill it over there at Benny's. Ever
Yeah.
since Chef Jeremy got involved, he took their food to a whole new level. They've always had the location. They've always been a beautiful destination spot. But when he came in and elevated that food, they kill it at Benny's.
Yeah. So there's those kind of celebrity sightings. I didn't hear anything about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They were supposed to be at that wedding over the weekend.
I didn't hear anything or see any pictures of them.
No, I didn't see them either. I did see Serena and Venus Williams, photos of them.
Yep.
Eva Longoria.
Yep.
I did see her. Didn't see Gigi Hadid in any photos, but she was supposedly there. Jordana Brewster was supposedly there. Mel C was there. Rashida Jones. M. Night Shyamalan was there. Michael Bay, the director, was apparently there. Kobe Bryant's daughter, Natalia, was apparently in attendance.
Okay.
Snoop Dogg was a DJ at the reception. Bruno Mars was one of the entertainers, as well as Mark Anthony, who did 4 songs.
Lovely.
And then this is just kind of odd to me, but they had David Blaine performing Magic for the guests during the cocktail hour. So it was, I mean, I guess it's entertainment. It's David Blaine, so. But.
Which one of these does not belong?
Yeah, David. I mean, can you imagine going, here's Bruno Mars, here's Snoop Dogg, and it's David Blaine. Okay, all right, whatever. So that's pretty much the big highlights from over the weekend on that. Other celebrities out and about at the car show. Had the governor there, Sylvester Stallone, so lots of stuff going on. Vince Vaughn, for whatever reason, just popping into random Duffies.
Sylvester Stallone is now a bona fide Palm Beacher. He's got his property over there on Palm Beach. Mm-hmm. I kind of knew somebody that was cutting his grass. No big deal.
Jeez, look at you.
Yep,
huh?
I knew the grass cutter.
You run with all the biggest lawn boys in South Florida.
Yeah, baby.
That's impressive. All right, coming up, we got the KVJ After the Show broadcast. Going to give you 30 minutes with your emails and other stuff that is going on when you get to on the regular show here today. Jay Brew, maybe we'll check in with him again. He woke up with a fever. He'd been feeling a little funky. Was he feeling funky on Friday night too, Denny's?
I think at the end of the night he started saying, like, he's like, man, I'm beat. I'm just more beat than usual.
Right.
And it kind of caught my attention. I didn't even think about it again until when you got this text this morning. I go, well, that kind of makes sense.
It was creeping up on him.
I think it was creeping. Maybe Saturday kicked in. Sunday was like full effect.
Well, I'm glad you didn't get it.
Fortunately, so far, Suits and I, I feel.
Damn, looks healthy as a horse over there.
Taking my vitamins.
Amazing. All right, so we'll try to get Bird better and plug him in one way or the other tomorrow on the show. So we'll have Denny's fill in with a thought for the day here. What you got, Denny's?
Well, since it's Randy, our boss's birthday, this is a birthday-themed thought.
Okay.
When it comes to bosses, you're the best. We think you rate above the rest. You make the workplace so much fun. That's why we think that you're number one.
Oh, look at Denny's.
The butt kissing.
Yes.
I mean, it's a whole new level.
Ryan is great.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.